Hey guys, it's your favorite mortgage guy, Steve here. You know what? No music. We're going to jump right into the news because it's been a busy week. Oh my, what a week in the bond market. And remember, the bond market is what directly affects mortgage rates. And this week, whew, the volatility has been immense. That's the only word I can think of. The stock market's turmoil has shaken everything to the core. But the good news is, as we saw, it came back around. But hey, you know what? I've seen this kind of thing at least twice in my career. I'm joking. It's been like 10 times in my career. And guess what? This soon will pass. Now, listen, let me talk about this. You're probably wondering, how bad did it get for mortgage rates? Well, they rose about a 1/4%. Guess what? They're still lower than this same time last year. It's all in the perspective, right? When was the best time to buy a house? Yesterday. When's the next best time? Today. Same with interest rates. Remember, I told you I got in the mortgage business when it was 9.75%. I didn't know any better. Clients didn't know any better, but they bought houses. All right, listen, let's talk about the tariff. Much of this market reaction is tied to concerns over the new tariff plans. Now, the market is showing serious disapproval, but it's still shaking out. On Wednesday, we even saw the markets claw their way back into slightly positive territory. Now, here's the thing. The White House, they walked back some of their comments, putting the 90-day temporary hold on additional tariffs. Now, the key word here, additional tariffs. The 10% tariffs already in place. Now, those additional tariffs are minimal, and they've caused minimal resistance so far with countries coming to the table to talk about concessions. At least 15 different countries. You know what? Quite honestly, if you're like me, I'm tired of the world picking on us. I'm tired of the world just sucking us dry of everything we've got. Now it's our turn to shine. Now, except China. Yep, China, the outlier. They've ramped up on their tariffs on the United States. But here's something to think about. All right, seriously, how many things do you own that say made in China? Yeah, I know. A lot. A lot. Which, keep this in mind. Over in China, how many times do you think somebody could go to their closet and open the closet and it says made in the United States or made in America? Exactly. The trade imbalance speaks volumes. Now, the global markets, well, they're reacting. Some economies are using arbitrage to manage their bond issues, and markets called margins call. It's like the Wild West out there. But here's the good news about arbitrage. Now remember, arbitrage, it's an economic thing where you could barter along the way, and maybe you're taking some winnings over here and some losses, and you're putting them in the middle, kind of like taxes, where you pay some taxes on things, you don't pay taxes. Well, here's the thing. Like I said, it's the Wild West out there. But the good news is homeowners are protected by equity, no matter where rates go. Now, well, while we're at it, hey, can we just bust a myth real quick? Everyone says China owns all of our debt. You can look at TikTok, Instagram, social media, X, all these people out there that don't know what they're talking about. Remember what I told you. It's not the headlines, it's the story. Well, guess who holds the number one amount of U.S. Treasury bonds? Guess. Okay, I won't make you guess. The United States. Of course we do. 4.76 trillion. And it's our own bonds. We own them. China, all this news about they own all these bonds, they own the United States. Guess what? They own just 760 billion, or 3/4 of a trillion, depends on what way you want to look at it. And no, they're not going to just dump them because the rates on their bonds are anywhere from 1 to 3%. They're not just going to flood the market. Doing that would wreck their own currency. Remember, there's a trade imbalance in our currencies. So remember, again, it's not the headline, it's the real story. So a lot of folks have been asking, what about tariffs in home building? Well, It's too early to tell what the impact's going to be, but states like Idaho, North Carolina, Delaware, Utah, and Nebraska, we could see building costs increase anywhere from 28 to 40%. That's no small amount of change there. So, what's my advice to you? Well, stay the course. Buy the home, not the rate, or date the rate. Whichever analogy you like, real estate always wins. Now, guys, I know there's a lot of information packed in there, and I'm happy to answer your questions. I didn't want to answer questions this week for one reason. It was a busy week, and I knew you were watching the news, and I wanted to try to demystify some of this stuff. But listen, at the end of the day, look at gas prices. They're coming down. You know what? Oil 2 months ago was $70 a barrel. It's $60 a barrel, and it's expected to drop even further. Those are just small examples of what are things that we're going to see around the corner. So, what do I always say? Scott, tell them.
100 pennies in a dollar, not 105.
That's right. There's only 100 pennies in a dollar. What's the next best thing? Yep, best time to buy. Yesterday. The next best time is today. So, guys, here's what I want you to do. I'm your favorite mortgage guy, Steve. You know I've got your back. I need you to tell all your friends and family to call me. Get in the refinance pipeline right now. Rates are not favorable again. Here we go, back and forth, bounce up and down like a yo-yo. But get into the refinance pipeline and let's get you ready. If you need anything, all my contact information is along in here. Go out there and friend me on all my socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, what's called X, LinkedIn, TikTok. I'm out on all of them. Go to my YouTube channel. It's over here as well. Actually, you're watching the video on my YouTube channel. There'll be some podcasts being posted out there. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great night and a great weekend. And bye now.